This is 5 Star Life Radio on News Talk 95.3 Michiana's News Channel, your breaking news and weather station.
Welcome back to the 5 Star Life Show. I'm Coach Seth. I'm joined with my co-host, Coach Mia.
Hello, Seth.
And we have an exciting week. We just came off the heels of the 5 Star Life Golf Open, so we got to spend the day with so many generous people. People in this community that took a day to go play some golf, but also to support the mission of 5 Star Life, which our mission really, our whole focus is to change the face of education, of sports, of culture. And I think most people agree when they turn on the news or flip open their iPad and look at the news, they're like, man, this world, this culture is crumbling. Like, what can we do about it? And what we believe is it starts with kids. And so we would love for you to go to our website, 5starlife.org, to learn more, to get involved, to support, to donate, because we believe we can turn this around. It's not going to happen overnight, but we can turn it around. And it's the whole starfish story. Everybody knows the starfish story, right? You got the starfish that are all washed up on the beach. There's thousands of them. And this little kid sees a grown man taking these starfish and he's throwing them back in the water so they don't die. And the little boy's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm saving starfish. He's like, you can't save them all. He said, yeah, but I can save this one and this one. And I think that's the approach. I think sometimes, Mia, we give ourselves an excuse or an out of saying, this problem's too big for me. Mm-hmm. And I think the more people that can say, this problem may be too big for me, but guess what? I'm going to roll up my sleeves and say, what's my part in this? If everybody would do that, we could make a massive impact in a hurry. So, and we've got a lot of opportunities for people to get involved. We have a sports program that's 4 years old. And a year ago, we merged with MBA Select, and so it's 5 Star Life MBA Select. We've got an opportunity for people who love sports, who love the game of basketball, to get involved. We're looking for more coaches. So if you love kids and you love coaching the game of basketball, right now we're taking applications to volunteer. And on September 19th, if you're listening and you have a basketball player and you want them to learn basketball at the highest level, but you also want to infuse them with values and character and leadership in a curriculum that focuses on building their mindset, like 5 Star Life MBA Select is the place for you, and you can go to our website, learn all the information, and register your kids.
Seth, what age group is that, though?
So this fall, we do a fall-winter season. September 19th is the tryout. We launch practices mid-October, goes through March. That's for 3rd grade through 8th grade, so just elementary and middle school, both boys and girls. And, man, I got to experience 5 Star Life basketball, NBA Select basketball this summer, which at the high school level, we have a contract with Adidas, which is a big deal. So for people listening, like Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas are the big 3 circuits you want to be on where the college coaches go to recruit players. So we have a seat at the table at Adidas, and it was incredible. Walking in, you see like Scott Drews, who just won a national championship, sitting courtside, watching games. You see literally that's just aligned with all these huge big-name coaches, which is really cool. So our kids got to play in that environment and play against some of the best teams in the country. Played against our 15U guys, played against James Harden, NBA All-Star, played their team in our first game and beat them by 3, went on and played some really good teams. I remember one team, Mia, like 10 kids, they're 15 years old, 10 kids on the team, 10 kids dunking.
Oh my!
And I watched this one kid. He's like 5'9". He grabs the basket, he's standing on the basket, and there's a basketball under the hoop, and he just picks it up and jumps up and dunks it with 2 hands, just like that.
Wow!
And I kind of watched him go to the back of the layup line. His turn came again, and I watched him. He takes 3 dribbles, jumps up, throws it between his legs, and then dunks it. Just crazy athleticism.
This is high school.
15-year-old kids, freshmen.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So our 15U boys, which a little shout out to my son playing that team. It was a lot of fun to watch them play and compete. And by the way, they beat that team. So cool to watch our local kids. We have so much local talent. And what we're in the middle of doing is creating a program that, one, is at an elite level and can compete with the best kids out of Dallas, the best kids out of Boston and Chicago and all over the country. So that's what we want to do. But at the same time, we're going to be talking about this more in the future, but looking at facility that can facilitate a program that can reach thousands of kids that just, like there's parents that want to get their kids involved in youth sports, but they want them to have great coaches and to learn great values and great life lessons that stick with them. And so that's coming too.
Can you do a shout out to Coach Wolf?
Oh my gosh!
Talk about great coaches.
Coach Wolf, the the boys varsity coach down at Northwood High School, was our 15U coach, and his son plays in that team as well. Ethan is a lights out sniper shooter. So Coach Wolf, heads up the boys side of our program, does an incredible job. If you've ever been to a local boys game and you watched Northwood, you know how good of a coach he is. He's got this crazy energy, an incredible ability to connect with kids, but he's like he's like a high character person. He's in it. Actually, he always thinks about, like, I have them at Northwood starting in third grade. So at third grade, I'm thinking, like, what kind of kid is going to walk across the stage when they're seniors? What kind of a husband are they going to be? What kind of a community citizen are they going to be? What kind of a son are they going to be? That's his whole purpose, his whole mission. So it perfectly aligns with our values and our DNA. And so that's what we do. We recruit coaches who have character, who are strong leaders, who can teach the game at the highest level if kids want to take it there, but also who are focused on connecting the dots to our daily practical application of our values, of our mindset, of how we interact with the world.
Coach Wolf also, though, he mentored Micah. So he coached and he mentored. Yeah,
so he was actually mentoring. We had a young coach that was his first year coaching, Coach Micah, who is incredible. He actually works for Bethel basketball team and does a lot of stuff for them. But young Micah, just rocked it, knocked it out of the park. And we had 2 15U teams. They both did really well. And I think the important thing to think about when you think about success, yes, it's wins and losses. But it's really about, like, where do they start and where do they finish? And all the parents are like, my son grew so much, like in their character, but also in their basketball skill. And I think that's what parents really want to know. Like, I want an environment where I know my kids are going to get better. Like they take the long view. They're like, I don't care if it's the best team necessarily, although we have great teams. I want them to be in an environment that they're taking the long view, not just grabbing the flashiest kid or the most talented kid for the moment. Let's build kids over time. That's our philosophy. So it's a great opportunity. Get your kids signed up. Get them registered. Awesome opportunity for them to grow and also for you to volunteer. So you can learn more on our website, 5starlife.org. Speaking of high character, I don't know if you saw this, but in the news, I actually got home last night and my 15-year-old son, Jordan, he's like, Dad, you see this? I'm like, no. So IMG, the IMG Academy down in Florida, right? They have national teams. They send kids all over the world professionally. They have a great basketball and football program. Well, their football team played a game on Friday night or Saturday night against a team that was supposedly out of Ohio, a prep school. It's a charter school. Anyways, long story short, they beat them like 58-0. And like the announcers are like, this is almost getting dangerous out here. Come to find out, they did some digging afterwards. And actually the high school, that coach is now, there's a warrant out for his arrest because it's a whole scam. He grabbed some kids that were like junior college football players, put them on a team, and made up that they're this so-and-so team and they're this prep school, and scammed IMG and ESPN into being on a nationally televised game. So I'm sure, I bet 95.3 covered this, but just crazy. So it's crazy what people are willing to do to try to get kids noticed or recruited, but next to no values when it comes to a lot of youth sports. So be careful what programs you get your kids into. A lot of promises that are unkept, and even some shady people out there. And so just FYI, check out our website. Check us out on September 19th. We got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after this.
This is 5 Star Life Radio on News Talk 95.3 Michiana's News Channel, your breaking news and weather station.